Hello Lavender Group, how are you this morning? Are you ready to sing our good morning song? Good morning Lavender Group, good morning Lavender Group, good morning Lavender Group, and how are you today? What word could we use to describe ourselves today? Are we awesome? Are we great? Are we wonderful? Are we magnificent? Are we okay? Are we grumpy? Are we sad? You can be any of those things, and all of those things are a-okay to be. But I do hope that you're feeling happy today. We're going to do a little bit of counting, and today we're going to use our Peter pointers, and we're just going to tap them together, and we're going to do quiet counting. Are you ready? We're going to count to 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Well done. And do you know what day it is today? Yesterday was Tuesday, which meant we had Clamber Club Day and we touched our shoulders for Tuesday. So today we must be touching our hips, and it is Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, Wednesday, Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, Wednesday today. Well done. Okay, I've got a little song to sing for you, and it's called a tongue twister, because there are lots of words that sound the same, and sometimes your tongue gets a little bit twisted like that, and you tumble over the words, and it goes like this. It goes chop, chop, choppity chop, chop off the bottom and chop off the top. What is left we will pop in the pot, chop, chop, choppity chop. Did you hear those words? Goodness, there were some tongue twisters there. Chop and choppity and pop and pot. That's a hard one, but see if you can practice it, because it's quite fun to say together. Let's try one more time. Chop, chop, choppity chop, chop off the bottom and chop off the top. What is left we will pop in the pot, chop, chop, choppity chop. Well done. Okay, now Lavender Group. If we were going to do some chopping, and we're in the kitchen, because that's what we're learning about this week, and we're going to do some chopping, what would we use to do our chopping? We would use a knife. That's right. A knife is one of the kitchen utensils. I mentioned that word on Monday. Utensils. Shall we clap it together? Utensils. Well done. And that means things like whisks and egg lifters and can openers and peelers and graters. It's things that you would find in your kitchen that you would use, and a knife is definitely one of those, and they are very sharp, so you need to always have daddy or mommy with you when you are going to be using your knife. But today we're going to be talking about some different utensils we can find in our kitchen, and on my table I think I have 10, that's 2 whole hands of different utensils that are from my kitchen, and we're going to have a look at them. We're going to have a look at how they work. All right, so I want you to come and take a closer look at what you can see on my table. And maybe you know what some of them are already. Maybe you've used them in the kitchen with mommy or daddy before. Maybe you've used them to make lunch. Maybe you've used them to make supper. Maybe you've used them to make breakfast. There are a whole lot of different utensils on this table. And now we're going to talk about each of them. So get really comfortable, and let's see. I'm going to think about which one we're going to start with. Okay, the first one we're going to start with is this big one. Do you know what this is called? I'm going to turn it like that so you can see. And I'm going to turn it this way so that you can also see. Can you see it's got lots and lots of holes in it? Some of the holes are big and some of the holes are small. Do you know what this is called, Lavender Group? This is called a colander. A colander. Shall we clap that? Colander. Well done. And we might use this in the kitchen for when we've cooked our pasta and we're taking it from our big pot full of hot water and we pour it into here, and all the hot water comes out of the holes. The hot water drains out of the colander and you are left with your pasta in the colander, because we don't want to eat the pasta and the water, we just want the pasta. So all the water comes out the holes and we're left with the pasta in here. So this is called a colander. Very nice. Okie dokie. Let's have a look at the next one. Who knows what this is? Oh, this looks very interesting. It's got a long handle and then it goes flat at the bottom, and it's got some very interesting shapes at the bottom. Can you see that? They're like long oval shapes. Do you know what this is called? This is called a potato masher. What do you think you use it for? You use it to mash your potatoes. That's quite right. If mommy or daddy make potatoes for supper and they want to make them really soft and fluffy, then they use their potato masher and they mash the potatoes and squash the potatoes down like this. It's quite a lot of hard work. All right, you have to use very strong arm muscles. And they mash and they mash and they mash and they mash and they mash. And then your potatoes become all soft and fluffy. So this is a potato masher. Okay, next one. Oh, you dropped it. What on earth is this? Can open like that and close. And I'll turn it this way so you can see. It's got two little round circles there. Can you see that? And if I turn it this way, it's got this handle that you can turn. What on earth is this, Lavender Group? Do you know? It's very sharp. So this is definitely a utensil you can't use without mommy or daddy. This is a can opener. Well done. I actually brought a can with me so that we could try and open one together. This is a can of baked beans. It's very hard. Look, you can't get into these baked beans, but I really want to eat them. So I have to use my can opener. And I have to put one of the little circles on top and one goes underneath, and then I push down like that. And because it's so sharp, it goes into the tin, and then I turn my handle, and can you see it is cutting the lid all the way round. That's why it's very, very sharp, and that's why we don't use it without daddy and mom. And I just at the end, and pop, open the lid. So if we want to open a tin of baked beans or tuna or tomatoes, then we might use a can opener to open our tin. Okay, I'm going to pop it over here. Okay, next one. What is this? Funny, a little bit like a rectangle, isn't it? This is called a chopping board. So this is a board that you would chop your vegetables or your fruit onto. This one is made out of plastic, but you can get some chopping boards that are made out of wood, and you even get some that are made out of glass. This is a plastic one. So you might put your carrots on here or your potatoes on here if you are going to chop them into smaller pieces. So there we have a chopping board. Okay, next one. What is this? Oh, it looks quite sharp and spiky. It has a handle at the top. Obviously, I have to hold it there. And then it has 4 different sides. Let's look. It has a side like this with quite big holes in it. Then it has that side, which has got 3 lines on it. Then it has this side, and they look like little stars. And then it has a small side. Now, you might have seen these at school, because I think we do sometimes have them in one of the trays. What is this called? It's a grater. That's right. Now, you would normally use this to grate what? Cheese. You're quite right. Now, I did bring some cheese with me, and we're going to see how it works. So I'm going to take my cheese out. This also can be quite sharp, Lavender Group, and sometimes if you grate your fingers by mistake, it's also quite sore. So here I've got some cheese, and I'm going to grate it on the big side over here. So I put my cheese against it, and I hold it with my other hand, and I push the cheese down, 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 down. All right, let's have a look. And there we go. That's just like the cheese that we have for lunch at school with William, isn't it? Well done. Shall we try one other side and see what it does? Let's try the really little side. Same thing, hold it at the top. Down, 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 down. Oh, like little worms. Cheesy worms from the little side. Oh, that was pretty cool. I enjoyed doing that with my grater. Okay, let's pop that cheese away. Okay, so we've had a look at the grater. Okay, now what is next? Oh, what is this? Is it to scratch my back with? Oh, no. It's a wooden spoon. That's right. This is the wood part, and I have plastic at the bottom here. Some wooden spoons are just all wood, and this you can use for stirring and for mixing in a bowl or on your pan or in your pot on the stove. So this is a lovely big wooden spoon for mixing. You can have big wooden spoons and small wooden spoons. Okie dokie. What is this one? Also has a very long handle, doesn't it? And some little holes in it. Looks a little bit similar to the potato masher, but it's not. This one is a lifter. So this one you would put underneath whatever you wanted to lift and then flip it over. You could use it if you were frying eggs, or maybe if you wanted to lift your pancake, or if you were turning some meat, you could use your lifter. Good job. Okay, the next one. Oh, what is this? It's green. It's got a green handle. This can be quite sharp. It's a potato peeler, or just a peeler, because you can use it to peel other things as well, not just potatoes. But normally you can peel potatoes or carrots or cucumber or other things like that. And I think I brought a potato with me. Here we go. So we can have a little look. So here's the sharp end, and you put it on the skin of your potato and you pull down, and there we go. And you see it peels off the skin of the potato. There we go. Peeling, peeling, peeling. And that's why it has to be quite sharp. It's quite a big job to do. So that is my peeler, and you can use it on carrots and on cucumbers, like I said. Put it on my chopping board. Okay, next one. Now this one is very, very sharp, Lavender Group. This one is my knife. Now you get lots of different sorts of knives. You get big knives and small knives, but most of these knives are very, very, very sharp. So we do not touch knives unless mommy or daddy is with us and they are watching you. Okay, and this is the sort of knife that I would use to do chop, chop, choppity chop. So shall we chop our potato up? So I'm going to hold my potato because I don't want it to fly around everywhere. And I'm going to press down with my sharp knife. There we go. And I can cut it into smaller pieces. There we go. So knives have to be very sharp if they want to be doing some chop, chop, choppity chop. Okay, I think we have one more thing left, Lavender Group, and they are these. Snap, snap, snap. Do you know what these are? These are tongs. That's right. Daddy might have ones that he uses on the braai, and they can be quite big. And these ones we use in the kitchen. So they can also be for turning things over, like your fish fingers or your chicken nuggets or things like that. These are quite big tongs, and they snap together like that. Such a nice sound, and it makes your fingers really strong to do that. And then I have these ones. Look at these. This is so funny. Look at these tongs. Aren't they hilarious? They're like a little crocodile. Can you see? He snaps his mouth closed. Snap, snap, snappity snap. And they're also tongs. Aren't those funny? I love those tongs. My children use those ones. Right. So isn't that amazing? We've had a look at 10 different utensils that we can use in the kitchen. Can you remember what they were? We had a look at a colander, potato masher, can opener, chopping board, grater, wooden spoon, lifter, knife, tongs, and what was the last thing? Peeler. That was it. 10 different utensils that we had a look at in the kitchen. Maybe you can go and have a look in your kitchen and see if you can find one of those utensils and take a photo with it so that I can see. Now your art for today, Lavender Group. Oh, this is very exciting because you're going to use one of the utensils we've spoken about. You're going to use this one. Can you remember what this one is called? This is the potato masher, that's right. You're going to do art with your potato masher. Isn't that a bit crazy? So mommy and daddy are going to have some paint ready for you and a nice big piece of paper. And you're going to say, please, daddy or mommy, may I use the potato masher for my art today? And because your potato masher has such lovely patterns on the bottom, when you press it into your paint and then you lift it and press it onto your paper, it's going to make the most beautiful patterns on your paper. So we're going to do potato masher art today. Okay, and then please send me a picture because I'd love to see it. I love getting your pictures so much. I hope you have lots of fun doing your potato mashing art, and don't forget to send me pictures. I'll see you soon. Lots of love. Bye.